stood strong and the legend still lives on.
All right, so we're here with Sabaton at Louder Than Life. So how are you guys liking it so far?
Yeah, very well. We actually basically woke up, had a coffee, and then we played. No, we didn't even have coffee. We woke up, and then we played. So it was like a breakfast buffet Swedish show, and then we had a coffee after that.
You guys sound like you're like coffee snobs.
We are Swedish.
And therefore you're a coffee snob.
No, we just OD on coffee too much, I suppose.
I'm Puerto Rican, so
You
I
know,
feel
good coffee.
Oh,
Yeah.
excellent. Oops. We are coffee snobs. Well, as you can see, they've got their cups are filled to the brim.
As imported.
I'm sure you had a lot of artists who come here and they bring like alcoholic drinks and stuff, and then you have the band who sings about war and stuff coming to drink coffee. It's very, very inspirational metal.
Also, you never know with Swedes, right? Because there's an expression called kaffehalva, which means coffee half, which is basically half liquor, half coffee. And when you hide it like this, it's tricky.
Yeah,
you don't
just
know
never know what's in there.
No.
Could be drinking hard alcohol and be very drunk.
Are you drinking hard alcohol and very drunk? I'll never know. That's why you're wearing the sunglasses.
Yeah.
You hide it well.
Yeah.
So, moving on past coffee, which is a fantastic topic, and I would talk about it all day, or I would drink it all day. Tell me about Last Stand.
Okay, it's our new album. It's our 8th album, full length, and we released it like almost 2 months ago. It's a concept album about last stands in historical times. We go back to 2,500 years before Christ, and we do all the way up to the 1980s around the world. So it is historical travel. A lot of stories are, some are well known, some are not so well known. In traditional Sabaton style, we are storytelling.
So which are the ones that we wouldn't know so much about?
One which you wouldn't normally know that much about could have been, for instance, I guess around here the Siege of Vienna wouldn't be that known to be what it is. So
what's important about the Siege of Vienna that we would need to know or remember it?
The whole battle would have been making up for a whole album itself. We focused on the Winged Hussars, which was kind of in the end riding in and saving the day. But if you see it to the whole of it, you can see also that there's a lot of other more modern things that have taken inspiration from there. Tolkien would have borrowed a lot of that for his Lord of the Rings when he was writing that. So yeah, it's for me that was one of the most exciting stories to write about on the new album for sure. And I think if somebody's listening, they should pay some attention to that.
Absolutely. So what is it about history, or who is the biggest historian in your group that is like, oh, we should go down this trail next?
We are not really that extremely, educated historians or anything. It's an interest, and it's a topic for the albums, which makes them more exciting for us to write and to perform than whatever other topics we can come up with. There'll be tons of topics you can sing about, and of all of them, this is what appealed most to us. We could have been singing about our private lives, but that's better kept private. And we could have sing about fantasy stuff, but we're not really totally into that. The real stuff, the real history is more exciting and more frightening and more appealing.
So what is it about your storytellers? You're talking about all of these wars and things that have happened in the past. How are they relatable to the more modern times?
I think some of the things that we sing about, well, pretty much all of them in some way have affected what we live in today, and they will forever. And the kind of thing that people fight over borders, and they have always done. It's a shame in one way that we will always have material to write about, because I don't see an end to humans killing humans, sadly. Yeah. So we will always have something to write about, which I think is the only single positive thing about war.
You're very optimistic.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, just the storytelling in itself, and for me personally, being maybe one of the least history buffs in this band, joining the band, getting super interested in it all of a sudden, like hear all these stories that I've never heard about and probably never would have heard about if it weren't for Per and Joachim, our singer, who's more into it than I was before. And then again, you wonder sometimes why Hollywood and other film, why they make up news stories, because the stories are insane and they actually happen for real. So there's so much interesting stuff out there from all kinds of points of views and historical events that it's very interesting.
So coming into this as the least historian within this group, what have you learned from the stories that you all tell?
That people don't learn much from history.
And it just tends to repeat itself.
Yeah, absolutely. I think history is a very important part. And I think from my personal view, it's important. History is important, absolutely. And if not important, interesting, like I said.
So what's up next for Sabaton?
We're currently on a tour here in North America, and this stop here in Louisville is just one out of the shows, and we are touring with Trivium and Huntress. And once that is over, we got some more shows over in Europe coming up. It's bigger tour in Russia. We got our own Sabaton cruise coming up, and then starts a big European run. Mm-hmm. And then we are, if everything goes as planned, we are back in America again in not too far from now.
Excellent, excellent. I see Bruno's coming back with some larceny, and it seems to be, and maybe it's what you were talking about, what you're
Refill.
going to, the refill for your coffee. So I'm sure you want to get to that. So guys, thank you so much for giving me a quick moment of your time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the festival.
Thank you.
Thank you
for having us.
Absolutely. That's it.
As they made their stand, they stood strong and the legend still lives on.